Alright, alcohol. We're gonna get you a reel. Turn this thing off. See you guys later! This thing needs a wash. Hey, what's up? It's Kit. Today, we are going to be doing something weird. Well, not weird, but unconventional, since this is actually a vlog, right? And I don't vlog. But I wanted to take you guys with me when I buy a reel. And I want to explain the process of how I buy the reel, because it seems to be that a lot of people need advice on the reel they want to buy. Instead of actually concentrating on exactly what reel I'm buying, okay, I need people to understand exactly why I'm buying that particular reel. Now, this reel is not going to be cheap, okay? And I'm not buying this outright. In fact, the process of this started several months ago when I got gifted a rod. And I'm gonna show you the rod. So this particular rod was given to me by a friend, okay? He's also watching this actually. So it's Kelvin. Now Kelvin had to go home to Singapore, and as a parting gift, he gave me this rod. And when that happened, of course, I already thought about, okay, so I need a reel for this. It's more for sentimental value, really, because the thing is, yeah, I mean, I like the rod, obviously, you know. Do I need it for my trips back to the Philippines? That's actually something that I would use for bass, snakehead, and peacock bass. That's when it started, right? For me, I need a reel that would work for me. I need a reel that I won't outgrow, and I know that it's going to be a considerable investment. What a lot of people actually do not think about is that, you know, when you're upgrading, you're giving money to the company that you're buying the reel from. Now, an upgrade is something, actually, believe it or not, unnecessary. I'm in the car wash. So if you buy something that you think you're going to upgrade down the line, it means that the company who you're buying from is already making money off of you before you even realize they are, okay? And I didn't realize that before. And what I've actually realized later on in life is that if you buy something, like take for example, you buy a reel, and it's a lower end reel, and you reach the ceiling or the limitation of that reel, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to upgrade. And trust me on this, it only takes one fish or one incident, and then you'll say, okay, I need to upgrade. And when that happens, that's it. You will have to spend for the reel, and before you realize it, that other reel that you're upgrading to, you will reach the ceiling, and then after a while you are going to have to upgrade yet again. So the biggest mistake a lot of people make is they think that if they actually buy something cheaper, down the line they can upgrade to another one. And the mistake there is that they don't compound their growth when they buy. Okay, so as you advance in skill, what happens is that you will find the limitation of the reel. It could be that, hey, you notice that actually this reel has body twist, okay, and that's for lower end plastic bodied reels. And it doesn't matter if it's like a top tier plastic body reel. The fact of the matter is, if it's not a metal bodied reel for spinning especially, there will be a twist in the body. And if there's that twist, the gear alignment would actually, well, it gets messed up. Okay, so the first things to go would be the teeth of the gear, and you don't want that, especially with your main and pinion gear. And before you know it, you're gonna have to buy another one. And then most likely what a lot of people do is actually upgrade to something that's probably the next tier, but it's still like a plastic body or something, and you spend twice for the same thing. And that's the biggest pitfall. And as I mentioned earlier, that's actually a way for manufacturers to get more money from you. No BS there. You end up spending for, I don't know, 2 more, and then before you know it, you'll spend another one, and then you'll spend for another one, and then you'll spend for another one. And then when you put all these things together, what happens? The money that you actually spent for is already for a top tier reel, and whether you like it or not, you've actually lost money already. So that's something that, you know, that's kind of a disadvantage for people. I know that there are a lot of people that say that it's a matter of budget and everything. Yes, everything is. You know, I had to actually save for at least a couple of months for this reel I'm buying. So it's not something that I'm just doing outright. Now, Kelvin actually left a few months ago, and it's only now that I'm able to buy this reel. So, you know, actually, you know what, I could have actually saved for a bit more, but I'm thinking that after seeing the features of both reels that I was looking at, this reel that I am buying has most of the features that I was looking for. We have just paid for our parking. Mask. Alright, mask on, guys. If we're going outside, and let's go. There's a bunch of people there, so, you know, it's kind of busy here. Okay, so we're in Barracuda in Dubai. Okay, and as you can see, they have a lot of stuff, but we're here for that reel. I'm kind of careful because there's just a lot of people. So what we're gonna do is actually just hang back and see if, like, especially for the reel counter, because that's where the stuff we want to look at is. But okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna take whatever I'm taking, I'm gonna take it here at the back. Okay, so we are looking at Xsense, Antares, and that one right there, which is the Scorpion. Alright, I am looking for a quiet place, which is very difficult in here. And first choice is, you can see, kind of expensive. Alright, now the good thing here is that I only have 3 choices. I have this, I have the Xsense, and I have the Scorpion. Okay, now the Scorpion is the cheapest one at 1,345, and I could go to other brands, but I like Shimano and I like the JDM. Now, as you can see, these 2 reels actually they're the same size. It's 200 and this is the 100. Okay, now first thing is that these are all DC reels. Okay, so digital cast control, and that's something that I don't need, but I do have my off days. So I'm thinking, especially since I'm going to be using this in the Philippines, and it could be that I'm jet lagged or whatever. So I am going to be, I might be needing the DC function. All right, we all have our off days. It makes things easy. So I just thought, okay, I'll get the DC. It'll be a DC reel. 100 because it's going to be mostly freshwater. It's not all freshwater, so I really don't need super long line. If I was going to be using it for fresh and salt water, I would most likely get a 200. Okay, now also, it's not only the cheapest of the 3, but most of the features that I'm actually looking for in a reel is already with this one. Okay, the DC is not as advanced as these two, but I just need a little help, okay, because I'm already using a lot of bait casting equipment, so I know how to use a bait casting reel even without the fancy cast control. But for this one, okay, the Scorpion, it's not only that it's cheaper than both of them, I only need a little bit of help for the casting bit, and this is just perfect. So I don't have to go super fancy or the most advanced cast control system. I just needed to have a very reliable cast control system. And again, I'm going to be mostly using this for freshwater, so I don't need the capacity. Since it's a smaller reel, of course it'll be a bit lighter than this, so that I can use it the whole day without getting fatigued. Okay, now it's not cheap. Okay, I saved a few months so I can get this, and it is not the top end, but I know that it is a very, very reliable reel, and it's something that I am not going to outgrow. Are there cheaper reels out there? Yes, of course. And if it's not for this, shop, I could actually order online. But I know that this reel is on stock here, okay? And I know that one, I don't have a 100 sized reel, so I need a 100 sized reel so that I could use this on other rods if I want to. And this is the whole reason why I'm also spooling it with braid, so that I could still use it with other rods. But this is the reel I'm gonna pair with the rod that Kelvin gave me, and that's gonna be the combo I'm gonna be using when I go back home and fish for black bass and peacock bass. That's it. Okay, I know it's expensive. Even if it's the cheapest of the three, I know it's still expensive, but I know that I'm not gonna upgrade this reel because I'm not gonna outgrow it for the purpose I am going to be using it for. I have decided to actually put this line on, and as you can see, it is 14 pounds, but braid over tests, remember guys. So I am gonna put this together, and this is also 300 meters, and it's actually not that bad. Alright, so as you can see guys, I'm actually paying for this. Okay, so this is no bull, this is actually something that I paid for. Alright, thank you. So there's our reel, fully spooled, ready to go, and look at that, perfect. So our reel is spooled, everything's good. 14 pounds for 14 pound test braid on a Scorpion 100, you can fit 300 meters. So if someone's actually looking, 14 pounds, okay, this is PE1. All right, so PE1, 300 meters, 100 size reel, the Scorpion. That's it. All right, so I'm gonna end this here, and I hope you guys have learned something. Kind of a delayed upload, but that's the advice. So hopefully you learn from this, and I'll see you in the next one.